We're Jenna and Jeremy, travelers, creators, and digital nomads.
As part of an exciting freelance gig, we spent 3 months in the stunning country of Iceland.
Follow our adventures as we explore more of this incredible planet Earth.
Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and you can also find us on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at Quench Your Adventure. Now on to the good stuff. Hidden gem. This term is thrown out often in the travel and outdoor space, and it comes with a bit of controversy. First, how do I decide if a place is hidden enough and special enough to be called a gem? A lot of subjectivity here, and I don't have an exact formula, but using Google Maps, most of the places except for one on this list have around 150 or fewer Google reviews. The other point of contention is that some people, locals especially, may want to keep places hidden. Others might enjoy the attention and maybe opportunity that this brings. And some people are just proud of where they call home and want to share that with others. Either way, I've always enjoyed sharing the places that I visit, and I hope that people will respect them when they visit. If there are more known places and an encouragement for people to seek out lesser known places, then hopefully people will spread out and enjoy their free time. Enough on that. The following places are in counterclockwise order because that's apparently the direction most people drive on their ring road trip. Number 1, Heimaklettur. Standing at 928 feet or 283 meters, Heimaklettur is the highest mountain in the Westman Islands, specifically on the large inhabited island Heimaey, which is about a 45-minute ferry ride from the south coast. The Westman Islands are still sometimes referred to as a best-kept secret, and yes, due to the extra effort it takes to get here, they don't nearly see the visitors that, say, the Blue Lagoon does, but I feel as though they've received a fair amount of attention, especially thanks to their massive Atlantic puffin population. We have a full-length video about our 2 nights here that you can check out by clicking right up here, but for now I'm specifically referring to this hike up Heimaklettur because it really stands out in my memory. Holy smokes, we got a friend. I don't know why I just approached me. Crossing, the oldest that has been discovered in Iceland. It's actually more like there. The fact that there's a tiny cave here, clutch. I probably should have seen it coming, the rain. Man, it's pretty. Holy smokers, baby. On to number 2, Thakgil. Southeastern Iceland, about 40 minutes off the main ring road from Vik. The road here is epic. We have a Dacia Duster, so it's an all-wheel drive kind of intermediate SUV. If you had no experience on gravel roads and you only had a really tiny sedan, maybe not the best choice. They have a campground where you could pitch your tent or bring your camper van. I have no idea what that is. Hi. Hey, little cutie. Inside the front door.
It's very small, but it has everything. And the only thing they provide is the sheet for the bed. So you do have to bring your own pillows and blanket.
I have a 2-burner gas stove. No shower, but I think there are shower facilities as part of the campground.
Wow, look at these views here in Iceland. We got blue skies, greeny grass mountains.
This is the least hidden on the list, as you can tell by the Google reviews, but the hike to the glacier is what I feel could easily be missed if you didn't know how epic it is. I took the Mýrdalsjökull Glacier Trail on all trails. Well, I'm very close to the end of this trail. It's definitely a lot of fog. This place is epic. I just need the fog to clear, and hopefully it will clear enough to get a decent flight. Number 3, Mjóifjörður. In around 7 hours driving up and along the eastern coast, you'll reach the beginning of the gravel road into this narrow fjord. Let's take a minute to appreciate the drive in before the clouds came through and took everything over. It's helpful to expect the Icelandic weather to change quickly here, and emotionally, it's just best to expect the worst. Still, I tend to get my hopes up, and that's what led to my questionable decision to continue driving this wet, steep gravel road with almost no visibility. Thankfully, we caught a lucky break and were gifted a short window of clarity to appreciate this stunning, seemingly untouched natural landscape. There's actually a tiny village here. I think it's the smallest in the country, and apparently maybe like 10 people live here. The gravel road probably scares some people away, and for good reason. It's not really wide enough for two-way traffic in many spots. It's quite steep, and I would not have driven it if we didn't have this little Suzuki Jimny. Definitely recommend four-wheel drive. But the Klifbrekku waterfall is not even 30 minutes off the main road, and I'll let the footage speak for itself here. Number 4, Borgarfjörður eystri, which is only an hour and a half from the waterfall you just saw. I didn't realize until making this portion of the video that the spot on the maps I judged the review count may not have been a good choice, because this nearby spot shows well over 1,000 reviews, which makes a lot of sense considering this is easily the best spot on the mainland to see puffins, and it's only around an hour one way from the ring road. Still, it's pretty quiet around here and definitely worth a visit. You'll only see puffins or lundis here in late spring and summer, and they're here to breed. Puffins are usually monogamous, returning to the same burrows year after year. Both parents care for their young, with the male spending most of his time guarding and maintaining the nest while the female incubates the egg. I did a quick flight to show the area, but made sure not to fly close to the nesting puffins. Number 5, Stórurð. Just 20 minutes from the puffins is the Njarðvík or Stórurð trailhead. It's about a 7.1 mile trail, about 2,000 feet of elevation gain. Hey guys, good morning. Wow, look at you. Oh, you guys are scared. You and your tutu. From there, heading almost 4 hours west, we reach number 6, Súlur Mountain. It's 10:30 p.m. in high summer in Iceland. The Súlur Mountain Trail, point-to-point trail, and it says it's 3.5 miles. So in total, just over 7 miles. It says it's like around 2,800 feet of climbing. That's a lot of elevation gain. And I'm hoping the trail has dried a lot since I did it last. I'm the only one out here, so I might not only have my shirt off. May have taken my pants off as well. Really beautiful birds. We've got a big snow patch. There you go, midnight. It's just crazy to be out at this time. Time for the snowiest section of the hike. We got a big chunk to pass through here. The slope isn't too crazy right now. It's easy to underestimate the climbing, especially at the end. There's an absolute calf burner. Woo! I'm at the top. It's 2:45 a.m. I'm gonna eat my last snack, drink some water, fly the drone one more time because the sun might peek over those clouds and give me some really nice light. And then I gotta get home, man. I gotta sleep. Just 15 minutes from Súlur Mountain is our number 7 goHusky dog sledding tours. Meet Maria and Gunni and their 21 Huskies. If you're a dog lover and want to meet some really cool Icelanders, here you go. We were here in summer, so no snow of course. The actual dog sledding is January to March, but the rest of the year you can still visit for petting and pictures, and you can also go on a short husky hike and learn more about their lives here. And don't worry, they have lint rollers. Also, they've creatively learned to gather the excess husky fur and spin it into cool gifts that you can purchase. We stayed in Akureyri for the month of June, and somehow I managed to make my way on the competitor list for their summer 5K run. They actually have a bunch of interesting events to have some fun, get competitive, and keep everyone in shape. What a special memory. "25 minutes north of here, we have our number 8 Hauganes. Great name. Still not sure I'm saying it right. This is a town of around 137 people, and we were lucky enough to get to know this guy, the fisherman entrepreneur Elvar. He owns the only restaurant in town, Bacalhau Bar, which specializes in bacalhau, the Spanish name for dried salted codfish, using sea salt from Portugal. Here's a look at our cod entrees, which were very nice, and a sweet treat to finish the meal. Elvar also owns the Hauganes hot tubs, which are definitely the most unique hot tubs we visited in Iceland, because one of them is actually inside of an old boat. And I'm pretty sure I heard Elvar say that this is one of the only south-facing beaches in northern Iceland, which is pretty darn cool, and I also went for a cold plunge to prove I'm also strong-willed like the Icelanders. Number 9, Grímsey. This island will likely always be a hidden gem considering the effort it takes to reach in the limited accommodation. From Hauganes, you can drive another 15 minutes to Dalvík, where you can take a 3-hour ferry to Grímsey. You can also fly here from the Akureyri airport, which cost a lot more, but we went for it. The flight was maybe 30 to 40 minutes, and we stayed here for 2 nights in the Basar guest house, which is literally just steps from where this tiny plane parks. The island has been inhabited since the Viking settlement of Iceland around 1,000 years ago. On paper, there are around 60 people that live here. Most of these people also have a place on the mainland, mostly in Akureyri, but it's only around 10 people that reside here on the island year-round. Here in Grímsey, there are no police officers. Everyone just hopefully doesn't do anything bad. It's a simple life here. I put together a full-length video about our experience here that you should check out by clicking right up here. Back on the mainland, we're driving north of Dalvík, and 11 minutes in, we're making a quick pit stop to see this. From here, we only have another 25 minutes before we reach our last hidden gem, number 10, Siglufjordur. This small fishing town is the northernmost settlement on the mainland with a population of around 1,200 people, but the town has been shrinking since the 1950s when it peaked at around 3,000 inhabitants. The fishing industry boomed in the early to mid-1900s, but sadly, the effects of overfishing set in, and by the 1960s, the herring was gone. A visit to the Herring Museum is an excellent way to immerse yourself in the fascinating history here. Before we wrap this one up, I want to mention one more gem that almost made the list but isn't quite hidden enough. It's just under 3 hours from Siglufjordur, but only about a half hour off the main ring road. Welcome to Hvítserkur on the Vatnsnes Peninsula. There was a no drone sign that I did not see until leaving, but considering Jenna was the only other nearby human and I did not encroach on the nesting fulmars, I figure I should still let you enjoy the footage. We stayed a night out here in the Osar hostel, which was a nice experience, and my goal was similar to the night I hiked Súlur mountain. I wanted to enjoy this beautiful rock formation with no one else around in the middle of the night. It's 1:15. It's the middle of the night right now. The sun set like a half hour ago and the sun rises in a little under an hour. Oh my gosh, the birds are so loud. It's crazy also that I just watched the tides change. I had walked out to a dry patch out there that's not there anymore, trying to do some shooting. And like, as I'm in the process, I see water just slowly making its way up to my boots, and I had to retreat. Thank you all so much for watching. Some spectacular places that I'm so thankful to have explored. Please like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe for more travel videos. See ya.